This one's about Blake Lively, Jamie Foxx, and Squid Game. In that order. Unless you forget the order, and then it changes. But it should be Blake Lively, Jamie Foxx, and then Squid Game last. So, basically, here we go, guys. It's been a while. Good to see you. How you doing? Blake Lively. So, I heard about her when that interview was going round, making her look bad. And it did the job, because I actually remember that. And I hear nothing about Blake Lively. I just about know that she's married to Deadpool. And is that right?
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds.
Right. Is she actually in good stuff? Is she in anything?
Well, she was famous from Gossip Girls.
Gossip Girl, right, okay.
Yeah, her most, known project.
Okay.
Yeah, famous.
So is that where she
Gossip
came
Girls.
from? Or was that just like her most notable?
She'd done work before that, yeah. But yeah, her most, known work is from Gossip Girls.
Right, so like known for Gossip Girl.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. So, what's happened?
So basically she's suing her co-star, Justin Baldoni, who she worked with on the movie It Ends With Us, which we haven't seen, have we? But yeah, she's suing him for sexual harassment.
Right.
Basically. And the most up-to-date news, I think a couple of days now, most recent news is it's been confirmed by his lawyer that he's countersuing her.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, which is going to be entertaining, I think, because the lawyer said that it will shock us. The evidence will shock us, whatever that means. So
Okay.
it sounds very interesting.
Okay, I know a little bit about it. Are we going to say something else?
No, you
Okay.
go.
I know a little bit about it. Like, what I know is, like, there are things, and we'll try and dig into these a little bit. Apparently, there was a scene where she never had to be topless, but he had her doing it topless. That's one. Then, I think there was an intimate scene, and the weird thing is, he's playing her co-star, whatever.
Yeah.
He's also the director. And, of course, the character in the film makes him her abuser. So that's just really weird. What a weird concoction of...
Yeah.
What a unique circumstance to be the director, co-star, and, like, it's an abuse thing.
Yeah.
So there's that. Apparently, he was showing her revealing pictures of his missus.
Oh,
Yeah, like revealing pictures of his wife. I don't know what that was about.
okay. That makes sense why she said, like, he made her feel really uncomfortable on set.
Yeah, so he did that. Also, apparently, he walked into her, like, trailer.
While she was getting dressed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that one.
So, a few things there that are, like, a little bit crazy.
Yeah.
Now, someone said, like, this don't make any sense. Why would Blake Lively make the rest of the film, wait for like 4 months for it to be like out and they're doing press and blah, 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 before she then comes out and starts like accusing the guy?
Well, it could be for a number of reasons, because you don't want it to affect the movie. End of the day, so like you never know though. Maybe she was actually planning this. Maybe she actually had this planned. It takes time to accumulate the evidence. Like the evidence that she's provided, like it's an 80-page document. It's an 80-page thing that is actually, it's on the internet. You can actually read it.
What is it?
Yeah, you can actually read it. Or a lot of people have read it and made TikToks about it.
Do you know what's in it?
No, I've not even bothered looking at it. Is it on the Times or something? It's on some. Yeah, it's definitely up now.
Interesting that she's actually made that public, made that available.
Yeah.
She's saying that he's started a smear campaign against her, isn't he?
Yeah.
Didn't
That's
he?
what, yeah. Apparently
What do you think of that?
I don't think it was actually him, though. I mean, I don't know for certain, of course, but like I feel like that was a lot of just the online.
Just the internet.
Yeah.
Internet doing the internet's thing.
Yeah, the online people, and there was a bit of a hate campaign, just like there was a hate campaign towards J-Lo. There was definitely a hate campaign going on towards Blake, from that film, from that movie. And people just, there was a fan base, basically. Justin had a fan base, and people clocked that he wasn't going to these red carpet events, promoting the film.
Right.
He wasn't there. He didn't attend any. And even when there were, how they have interviews for these movies, he did it separate.
Separately, like by himself.
Yeah, by himself. They weren't. There were none of them together. So people already knew like something's wrong.
Something's unusual.
And they kind of put like two and two together, and they thought, oh, Blake's bullied him. Blake had it her way. She was demanding. She didn't come back to set unless it was like, her demands were met. And all this. So they had kind of had that feeling, and they just went for it, and they just targeted her and felt sorry for Justin Baldoni. And this was before this court case. This was just whilst they were promoting the movie. So that hate campaign towards her, I don't know if it was from him. I don't think we'll find that out, will we? But I think a lot of people, it's just, they were Justin Baldoni's fans. It was his fan base online, TikTokers, and
apparently this is her case. Her case is, you will find out that this was by him.
Yeah.
That's her case.
Yeah.
I know that we can sit here and say we may not find out whether or not it was blah, 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 but she's claiming to have receipts. That's what this whole thing is about.
Okay. Yeah.
And
sometimes it can be provable, like like how the politicians do it, to tie votes in and stuff. But yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see. It's very.
I mean, it could easily be this way, isn't it? Like, he's gone and contacted somebody, some marketer or whatever, some news agency or whatever, to start, or some social media people to start chucking out these videos about Blake, and then they've gone to Blake and gone, look, here you go.
There's a couple of screenshots that I've read, a couple of messages from that 80-page thing that was published, and I think it's his, I don't know if it's assistant or PA, it's two ladies that work for him or work with him anyway, Justin Baldoni, and they were sending messages to each other, and they were talking about Blake in a negative way. And I know that, and I read that. So I know between them, they all, at that point, whenever that was, they already did not like Blake then. So I don't know. But like a lot of people say, though, just because these screenshots that she's, published, it doesn't mean anything. Do you know what I mean?
No.
Like, you can talk bad about someone, but that doesn't make it illegal. That doesn't mean like he's, you're filing this sexual allegation.
Yeah, that's true. I get that.
Harassment.
I get that.
These messages have no relevance.
Is it? I don't know if you'll know the answer or whatever. But
I've not read a lot of these.
Just posing the question here.
Go on.
Is it illegal then for somebody to chuck out a smear campaign, like throw out clips and circulate clips that paint somebody in a bad light? I suppose that's not necessarily illegal.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Mm-hmm. To what degree is that even illegal? I suppose, how can she prove it's a smear campaign?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
How do you prove that? Yeah. But yeah, and a lot of people also said, like, if he did do things that made her feel uncomfortable, on set or off set, that doesn't necessarily mean it's illegal too. And
interesting.
Like, she's obviously a very confident, she's a strong woman.
Yeah.
She's very popular. She has status.
Yeah.
And like, many just thought, like, I just don't believe that she wouldn't have said anything or done something
if
at
she's
the time
uncomfortable.
if she did feel. But then again, you never know, do you?
But I think she did do something though. She disappeared. She put her demands in.
Yeah. I think she probably did what she could have done at the time, She finished the project, she finished the movie, and now she's suing.
Yeah. And I agree with you in the sense that, like, she will have wanted the film to succeed. So she's
Yeah.
not going to come out straight away and start all guns blazing. You wouldn't do that.
Yeah, it's hard position to be in.
Yeah, there's no point going through all of that.
Yeah.
Especially if it's put you through something and then not get paid for it on the other end. At least get paid for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At least try and make somewhat success out of it. And then after that, if you're going to pursue the court case, which is what she's doing, then you pursue the court case.
And I think the movie did well, apparently.
All right, okay, we should have a look, I suppose. Be interesting.
Not sure. Maybe.
No. Interesting, maybe. Like. But again, I do find it interesting that he is director and co-star. So he's basically, in a way, he's what? Supporting actor? Almost main actor in this film, you'd expect, wouldn't he?
But she's also like the producer or director or co-director as well, isn't she?
Oh, I don't know.
On this. She definitely isn't just an actress.
Oh, right, okay.
Definitely.
At that level, I suppose you wouldn't be, would you?
No, she definitely has, some kind of, she has power in a lot of, say, in this movie. Like, there was rumour where she, at the end of it, she also made her own cut.
Oh, interesting.
Her own final cut.
Wow, that's a bit of power.
Yeah, because I think they had different,
visions of it.
So he's coming from more
abuse.
Yeah, more
and she's
DV perspective, and she's more marketing it as like a chick flick, like a bit more prettier, girly chick flick romance kind of way. I think.
I don't get how you can put them two things together. I kind of want to see both cuts now and see how they make that film into a bit of a pretty romance film.
Well, netizens didn't really like how she spoke in one of the interviews when she was promoting the film. And it'll haunt her this forever. She probably regrets saying it. But she did say, like, wear your florals and come and watch this movie with your pretty flowery dresses on.
Oh, wait a minute. Didn't she get done for that? I'm sure something happened where, like, I don't know if she got done for it or there was a bit of backlash because
it went far. Yeah, it just went far. Like,
there was backlash. There was a degree of backlash. People that didn't like that because she painted it like it was going to be like kind of like an easy watch, kind of like
she painted
let's
it
go and have some fun. And then people actually got there and they were disturbed, and so they were like, "Wait a minute, you said." And that's not my kind of film. I would normally not go and see that kind of film, but you've had me go and do that. So that's a bit weird.
Yeah, you just don't paint a DV, movie as like pretty and like all like fairies and unicorn and flowers like she was in a way. And people just didn't like that. Like you should maybe like promote it as what it is, what the book was about.
Yeah.
It is about DV, and it's a serious topic. Like, don't shy away from it. Like, you can say, there's happy moments and there's romantic parts to it, but don't,
promote
it how she did.
Yeah. I suppose it makes me think, like, what, do you reckon she thought it's not going to sell if we don't promote it that way? I feel like that's what she thought. Must have.
Yeah, maybe she did think, like, she had to portray it that way for it to be more popular.
To get people through the door, to get the numbers. Interesting that, isn't it? Because I think that's not the case. I think that people actually do go out to watch films which do have that kind of gritty realism. Remember that film which we watched recently about that mother, them two mothers, and that one of them, their young kid falls off the balcony? Remember that really disturbing film? Basically about motherhood. Jessica Chastain was in it.
Yes.
That was crazy, wasn't it?
Yes.
And that was very much like a very, very dark film.
Yeah.
But I can see that being very popular. In fact, I think it was very well received.
Yeah. She's a great actress, though. I love her.
An amazing actress, yeah.
She's good.
Yeah,
I've liked everything that she's been in, I think, so far.
She can really perform. She can put herself into like a lot of different roles really well.
Yeah, that was a good film.
A great film.
What's it called?
I forgot what it's called now. Just look at Jessica Chastain's IMDb, guys. A film about where she's like a mother. It's like a mother film or something like that. Really good. Watch it. Very dark. Scary dark, but good.
Yeah.
Justin Baldoni. Who the hell is he? I've never heard of this
That's
guy.
the
I don't think
thing.
I ever will hear of him ever again. This is his like 50 minutes of fame, so he's like going for it. And I just want to mention this before I forget it. He's kind of asking for it. You're the director, you're the co-star. It's a film about abuse. The chances of you not getting in trouble for like traumatizing, abusing, crossing the line with your co-star are kind of slim as it is. And then adding a little bit of weirdness on top of that, it's a done deal. It's going to happen. But who is this guy? Go on, do you know anything about...
That's why they were arguing. There was this talk about having choreographers for these kind of movies for like romance scenes as well. And apparently there wasn't one, and that's what she demanded. And then she left the set for a while, and she came back eventually.
Did they get one in?
I think so, yeah.
So these people do exist, these romantic scene choreographer people.
Yeah, because she was saying in an interview, like, you have them in stunts, in action films, and lots of different genres, and it would make sense. It'd make everybody on set more comfortable, more confident if it was choreographed, if it was rehearsed, if everyone knows what's going on.
I mean, that should be the norm if you are the director and the actor in the scene. That should then be a requirement for there to be a third party to make sure that you're not making this weird, mate.
Yeah.
I mean, there's the whole thing about, what's his name? Reservoir Dogs. That Tarantino. Right, there's a whole thing about Tarantino, like, trying to get women to show their feet in everything. Every chance he gets is like, take your shoes off.
Because he has a fetish.
Yeah, he's got a foot thing. So and he's not even in the film. And he's getting them to do that. So just imagine him being in the film.
Yeah.
So
I don't know who Justin was before.
I don't know
this
who he was or
movie either.
is. Yeah, he's
but a lot of people do, so.
I wonder what he's in. Might have a look at his IMDb and see what he's in. Maybe this is the end of the road for Baldoni. Get back to work, Baldoni. It's one of them names, isn't it?
His lawyer, so Justin Baldoni's lawyer, who said, the counterclaim against Blake will shock everyone. He's called Brian Friedman, and he's known in Hollywood as the Dark Knight.
Oh no, what does that mean? Oh, is he Batman?
I'm not sure, but he said he's going to shock everyone. Basically, it's going to shock everyone who has been manipulated into believing a false narrative. And he adds, it will be supported by real evidence and tell the true story. In over 30 years of practicing, I have never seen this level of unethical behaviour intentionally fueled through media manipulation.
Wow.
I know, some strong words there.
Do we know when we can expect some information from The Dark Knight?
I'm not sure. So on 20th December, that's when Blake filed that 80-page legal complaint. So I'm not sure when we'll find any more details from Baldoni's countersuit. But one thing I found a little more interesting was Friedman has... he has had some pretty big-time clients.
Go on.
So, my favourite housewife, Bethany Frankel. Reality TV personality, for those of you who don't know.
We might do a thing on Frankel soon. Stay tuned for the episode on Bethany Frankel. Subscribe.
Friedman is regarded, apparently, as a legal street fighter. Past clients include former Fox News host Megyn Kelly.
Megyn Kelly? Wow, that's interesting. That's interesting because she was very much in the whole Me Too movement.
Winning her a reported $69 million settlement.
Wow.
And Tucker Carlson.
I know about Tucker Carlson. He's like another media. He's like another like a newsy type kind of mogul-y type person.
So yeah, and many others.
Wow. Oh.
He says, if you F with my client, you get what you get. He told Hollywood Reporters recently.
Well, that's bad because she must have effed with him because that was probably one of the scenes in the film. So she's definitely going to get what she gets because...
Oh, he also represented Kevin Spacey when he was accused and later cleared of sexual assault.
Whoa, Kevin Spacey. Mm-hmm. Holy moly.
And FKA Twigs when she alleged the actor Shia LaBeouf abused her. He represented Dr. Dre's ex-wife in a spousal support claim.
Oh my God.
Jamie Lynn Spears in a dispute with sister Britney.
Britney Spears' sister?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And Diplo when the DJ was accused of distributing Revenge P.
Oh, I don't really know about Diplo.
Carlson, who hired the attorney during a contract dispute with former employer Fox News during the company's litigation, told the outlet, every time I read about Brian, it's like, when are they letting him out of the cage? He's chewing on his own paw. So yeah, he's he's had some successful cases, hasn't he? So this will be interesting.
He's like a powerhouse then, really, isn't he, this guy?
Yeah.
So it makes me wonder who her legal team consists of, really.
She's got powerful people on
They'll
her
be good.
side
I mean,
too.
basically, it's going to be Ryan Reynolds' team, innit?
She's,
They're still together, aren't they?
Yeah, they're married.
Okay, there you go. So she's going to have Ryan Reynolds' backing on all of this.
Forget Ryan Reynolds' backing. She's got a lot of backing.
Oh, right.
To an extent, I feel like she's more powerful than Ryan Reynolds.
No.
I do.
No.
I do. She has a lot of... she's very influential. She's influential on the fashion side, and then not just the actors. She's got a lot of, obviously, female celebrities, A-listers, who have obviously come out and said they stand with Blake.
Oh, like that Mindy.
Yeah, Mindy is one of them, I believe.
Mindy, that Indian actress girl.
Which is very interesting too, because Mindy was accused of
What?
being intimate on set without consent with a male actor, actually.
A while ago.
Yeah, I think so.
I feel like I remember this.
So it's funny how,
And now she's like sticking up for it. She's now on the right side of justice this time.
Yeah, contradicting.
Interesting.
A bit contradicting.
Interesting. Mindy, I forgot her surname. Mindy something.
She's on the other side now.
Wow.
But,
so yeah, that's the thing.
yeah.
I mean, so apparently Blake Lively is very well connected. And so
She's
that
well
kind
connected.
of makes people be on her side, if you know what I mean.
Maybe, perhaps.
Anyway,
Yeah.
interesting situation. Interesting
People
to see
just
where it
don't
goes.
want to, lose the friendship and lose the connections because, she's big time in
Yeah.
now. She's like, she's very popular.
Yeah.
You
You know what? Okay, who do you believe?
See, the thing is, a lot of people have also said, and I also thought this for a long time, like, she was famous from Gossip Girl, right?
Yeah.
That's how I know her from anyway. And, but yet, like, none of them from the cast of Gossip Girls are close with Blake now.
That makes her look like the bad guy.
And a lot of people have said that, that is very telling.
Very telling. Right, I get it.
So I don't know, but I don't know right now because it's a bit...
So
I have to see his evidence, I guess.
You're 50-50.
I feel like there will be some things that he has done which he shouldn't have done, because I have read a couple of things and I thought that's a bit weird.
Like what?
Like I think he's so like one thing I read, I think said something like he might have told her, or like her and the cast, something about his interest in porn or something.
Oh. Kind of ties in with the weird wife pictures.
Or it was something porn related. I'm
Oh.
not sure, but I just saw the word porn, so I thought that's weird to have that conversation. But I don't know. But I don't know. Maybe it was because it was related to
The conversation.
the conversation and the movie. So
The movie.
sometimes we don't know as an outsider. I don't know.
Context.
Yeah, don't know. But is it illegal? Probably not. Was it uncomfortable for her? Maybe it was.
Yeah.
And then she also noted that I read also this that he, Justin Baldoni, apparently recruited like his best friend or one of his good friends to act as the OBGYN
I don't know what that is.
doctor,
Okay.
male doctor for
Oh, okay. All right.
in one of the scenes.
Right.
And I'm not sure why that was in that 80-page complaint. Like,
So that's like male doctor for women's down there area.
did it make it? Did it make her feel uncomfortable? What was it that she didn't like? Is that illegal? Did she not have a say in it? I don't know. It looked like she didn't like the idea that he'd recruited his male friend to be in that scene.
And that friendship, was that all the weird stuff? Is that all the weird stuff from you?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to super quickly just add the thing about being a bit clairvoyant, like talking to people who've passed away. That's a bit strange. You know about that one?
No.
Apparently he can talk to people who've passed away, and he said to Blake Lively, "I've spoken to your passed away relative," which is a bit wild.
that's a
Yeah,
bit
I know. But they say that he's a bit like hippy dippy. He's a bit like, you know. But that thing about the friend being recruited to do that quite sensitive scene in the film, that friendship would be quite easily provable, isn't it?
Yeah.
It would be, really. I reckon that friendship would be quite easily provable. And for me, even if she just gets that 1 point, that's powerful, because that is weird. And again, it's another reason why you probably do want to have some regulations in place when it comes to being the director and being like in the film. But then I suppose, what if he wasn't in the film? What if he was just a director and he's got something weird about a certain actress, and now he starts getting his friends involved in?
Yeah,
So
that's why I think like there are some actions which are questionable from him. I don't know if it's illegal, and I don't know if there'd be, if that classes as sexual,
Yeah, like wrongdoings.
Yeah,
But yeah, he treads a fine line.
but yeah,
Interesting. I've got like, there's two parts to me, right? And one of them is like, she's claiming a lot of discomfort, right? And then I'm like, you've got to be really comfortable with a lot of different things to even do a role like that. You know what I mean? It's a very DV role.
Yeah.
You know that the actor you're acting with is the director. So you already know this prior to going in. You've got to kind of be comfortable with a lot of different things. But does that mean she then loses the right to be uncomfortable with certain things? Of course not. There's still the line of where she is now uncomfortable.
Oh, I also think it's quite telling that the author of the book, I can't remember her name, forget it, the author also stands with Blake too.
Do you know what? Okay, so I've asked you who you believe, what side you're on. You're undecided?
Yeah.
Me, I'm on Blake's side. She's won me over.
Yeah.
I think it is a smear campaign. I think it is. Because for me, it's a little bit... Because, okay, first things first, internet does the internet's thing. It can strike like lightning at the most random time. Yeah. Someone can just go down just randomly. So that is always a possibility. For me, it's a bit like, why has this whole thing about Blake Lively being made to look in a certain way been pretty strong? I mean, it got to me, and I don't know anything about her. And it got to me. Yeah, I'm like, who's Blake Lively? Right. So it's got to be kind of strong to do that. And then that's like kind of orchestrated and, pushed a little bit. And then she's got receipts. And then it's kind of like, there are things like, oh, well, he showed me weird pictures, he came into my trailer. These things, the other staff and crew will be kind of aware of. And I think maybe to a degree they're coming out and saying that, yeah, you're right, he was a bit weird. And then the friend thing is very provable. Like, that's like, you can prove that. Like, I got you straight away there with that one. So she's kind of winning points straight away. But I suppose this is the whole Baldoni case that's going to come out. Like, guys, you've been hoodwinked, you've been tricked.
I think a lot of the hate campaign started, basically this video was circulating around. It's an old interview. She was promoting some other film from ages ago, years ago. And you've seen it, haven't you?
Yeah, about their pregnancy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it.
And that...
We should say, for the people who haven't seen it, do you want to describe it?
She's been interviewed by this lady, European lady. Anyway, she basically, the interviewer congratulates her, doesn't she?
Right.
Because she's pregnant at the time.
Okay.
She was pregnant at the time, Blake was. And I can't remember exactly what the words were. But she was basically like congratulating her in a way, and she was making Blake aware that she knew that she was pregnant, and for some reason Blake didn't like that at all. Yeah, and she was basically being a bitch.
Oh, yes, and it basically made the reporter, like, basically traumatised of her own job or something.
She basically said something back about, like, oh, I can't remember, I wish I remembered now.
I don't remember it.
But it was basically back like, oh, and how's your bump?
Oh, yeah, and she wasn't pregnant?
And not only wasn't pregnant, but we also found out, because now it's been resurfaced and, you know, people have actually gone back to that interview recently.
Yeah, recently.
This is like 10 years ago or something, maybe not 10, but a lot of years ago.
And people have gone back into it like within the last like few months.
This makes it even worse. The interviewer now, she said, not only was I not pregnant, I also like, she can't conceive or something like that. Wasn't able to, had her own struggles. Yeah. You know, so that was like mad coincidence. But yes, from that interview, you know, that's got resurfaced. It painted her even worse. Yeah. Recently. Yeah. So with this whole Justin Baldoni thing, everyone just straight away took sides. But yeah, I'm going to be on the fence for a little while until I see Justin's evidence. Yeah, he did some questionable things, but given what we know of Blake, or what I know from Blake, I guess, from interviews and just how she is in general, I think. Yeah, so I'm just going to be on the fence for a little while. Yeah, safe place to be. I get it. It makes total sense. And there are things, I mean, Blake isn't like, in my opinion as well, like scot-free or like, you know, issue-free, because the whole Gossip Girl people not really being close to her, of course, massively telling. That interview, like, that's massively telling. Like, that does not win you any points. In fact, massively the opposite. Was it a bad joke? Were you just saying, how's your bump as a joke? What was that? Why were you striking back like that in the first place? What's going on the inside? What? She was just congratulating you, and then you went mad for it. You know what I mean? Strange. There's been rumours in, like, for a while that, you know, she's hard to work with. People have, like, female co-stars have said she's hard to work with, and they've not worked with her since. Apparently one of them, I'm not sure how much I believe this one, Anna Kendrick. I don't really know much about that. Who worked with her on wait a minute, the singer one. That thriller movie. The singer one, right, yes. Yeah, thriller movie, I can't remember what it's called, but we've watched it. Not Scream. Well, we haven't really seen Scream. No, she's in that singer girl. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, apparently, I don't know, but apparently, like, she did not enjoy working with her. Interesting. I find it more interesting because it's like, this is like 100% opposite direction of our image of Ryan Reynolds. And I'm like, how do you two get on? What's going on? Have you got maybe a you bit of a thing? He's going to get some splashback off this, because obviously I'm thinking that. I'm like, wait a minute, how do you two work? If she's this way, how are you two like a thing? You know what I mean? Or is that No, I don't know. I just think it's all a facade. Like I think they give me the ick.
Both of them.
Both of them is like together. Yeah.
Interesting.
And like she's obviously like, and she's like best friends with Taylor Swift, and they just give off mean girl vibes. I'm just not a fan really in both of them. But obviously that mean girl vibes doesn't warrant, being sexually assaulted or sexually harassed.
It doesn't warrant any of
So
it,
it doesn't
of course,
mean
of course.
anything. So still on the fence for me.
Yeah, fair enough. And I can see the link between her and Taylor Swift. Like, I can see them like being very. They just look like the same kind of like crew, if you know what I mean. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They look like typical popular schoolgirl
Yeah.
crew.
Netizens have also said like she gives me Amber Heard vibes
Yeah, I can see
in
what
this
you mean.
case.
Yeah, I get you. For me, in the sense that I didn't know nothing about Amber Heard and I don't know anything about Blake Lively, so I'm like, okay, same box, that's fine.
I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, I guess we'll see which way it goes. Sounds interesting. I want to see what Baldoni's going to come out with, and we'll go from there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe there'll be more on that. Watch this space. Moving on. Yeah, good. Moving on. So, if I remember correctly, the next thing we were going to do was Jamie Foxx. Yeah, Jamie Foxx. Okay, we managed it. So, do you know why Jamie Foxx is called Jamie Foxx?